Again here, and of course you can't stop this truth. Now, respect all my people, man, that was just on the live stream and they shut it down. But don't worry about it. Yeah, I'm gonna just make a video for you. Don't worry about it. Yeah, YouTube is fighting against the Mag channel, but don't worry about it, people. We still here. They can never stop me, no doubt. Now, today we go break into this building right here, this bank building that you're looking at right there. And don't ask me where it's at, okay? It's at 33 Liberty Avenue right here, okay? And it's a Freemason building, 100%. And I'm gonna show you all the fucking shit that they do in this building right here, basically. And yes, it is Freemasonry, 100%. Let's get in it.
The Federal Reserve Bank of New York is one of the 12 Federal Reserve Banks of the United States. It is located at 33 Liberty Street, New York.
33 Liberty Street. And I'll tell you already what it is, okay? The Liberty show you, just like the Liberty, the Statue of Liberty, it show you it's a devil shit 100%. 33, tell you it's Freemasonry. Don't doubt when I tell you, okay? Yes, listen again. Out of 12 of the bank that they have in America, 12 for your number 3. Listen again.
The Federal Reserve Bank of New York is one of the 12 Federal Reserve Banks of the United States. It is located at 33 Liberty Street, New York, NY. It is responsible for the 2nd District of the Federal Reserve System, which encompasses New York State, the 12 northern counties of New Jersey, Fairfield County in Connecticut, Puerto Rico, and the U.S. Virgin Islands. Working within the Federal Reserve System, the New York Federal Reserve Bank implements monetary policy, supervises and regulates financial institutions and helps maintain the nation's payment systems. Among the other regional banks, New York Federal Reserve Bank and its president are considered first among equals.
First among equals, okay.
Current president is William C. Dudley. It is by far the largest, most active and most influential of the 12 regional Federal Reserve Banks.
You know why? Yes, there's a reason why they coded it with the 33, okay? And the Liberty, no doubt about it. Yes, it got a strong ties to the economy in America or worldwide. That's what you need to know. This place right here, 33 Liberty Street, don't doubt it when I tell you. This is how they do it in plain sight. The Freemasonry, they run the whole thing and you never get it.
Largest regional Federal Reserve Bank. Since the founding of the Federal Reserve banking system, the Federal Reserve Bank of New York in Manhattan's financial district has been the place where monetary policy in the United States is implemented, although policy is decided in Washington, D.C. by the Federal Reserve Board of Governors. The New York Fed is the largest in terms of assets of the 12 regional banks. Operating in the financial capital of the U.S., the New York Fed is responsible for conducting open market operations, the buying and selling of outstanding U.S. Treasury securities. The trading desk is the office at the Federal Reserve Bank of New York that manages the FOMC directive to sell or buy bonds. Note that the responsibility for issuing new U.S. Treasury securities lies with the Bureau of the Public Debt.
But it still got strong ties to the same building right here. Okay.
2003, FedWire, the Federal Reserve System for transferring balances between it and other banks, transferred $1.8 trillion a day in funds, of which about $1.1 trillion originated in the 2nd District. It transferred an additional $1.3 trillion a day in securities, of which $1.2 trillion originated in the 2nd District. The New York
money they're moving around, people. Wow. Right there is the capital of all the fucking financial movement in America, basically, right there.
Is also responsible for carrying out exchange rate policy by buying and selling dollars at the discretion of the United States Treasury Department. The New York Federal Reserve is the only regional bank with a permanent vote on the Federal Open Market Committee, and its president is traditionally selected as the committee's vice chairman. Moved to 33 Liberty Street. A public competition for design of the building was held, and the architectural firm of York and Sawyer submitted the winning design.
You see how important this building is? Okay, all right.
The bank moved to its current location in 1924. The Federal Reserve Bank of New York maintains a vault that lies 80 feet below street level and 50 feet below sea level, resting on Manhattan bedrock. By 1927, the vault contained 10% of the world's official gold reserves.
You hear that? All right, 10% of the world of all the gold right here, so-called. And a lot of people don't get the gold thing. It's basically a hoax. A lot of people don't get it. All these so-called gold that's supposed to be at Fort Knox, of course it's fakery, 100%. They don't have shit in there, okay? All the jewel that you see people wearing, basically, yes, that's the gold. They don't have that much gold piled up in Fort Knox and this place right here. They're tricking the masses 100% in.
Currently, it is reputedly the largest gold repository in the world and holds approximately 7,000 tons of gold bullion, more than Fort Knox. Nearly
Let's go back
Fort
again.
Knox, repository in the world and holds approximately 7,000 tons of gold bullion, more
7,000 tons of gold in there, so-called. Okay, right there in that building. Okay.
than Fort Knox.
More than Fort Knox. Fort Knox was supposed to be have the most holding the gold for everybody in the world. Worldwide, okay? What kind of shit is that? Another country give America their gold to keep it at Fort Knox? Of course it's bullshit. And they charge them nothing to keep it there. Only when they're gonna move only when they're gonna move the gold, like transfer it. That's the only time they charge them. So they have all these heavy guards and planes and shit flying over it just to keep it safe for free. Of course it's bullshit. 100% garbage.
Nearly 98% of the gold at the Federal Reserve Bank of New York is owned by the central banks of foreign nations.
You hear that? Foreign nations own the gold. Why would you bring your gold and let America keep it? Of course it's bullshit. There was a hoax going on with the gold shit from back in the Hitler days with the so-called what they call it, the Jews and all those people in the Holocaust. It was a fake shit, 100%. It was just a way to get rid of the damn gold and feed it to these people right here that end up with it. You understand? Sell it out cheap, and all of a sudden they control the price of the gold. 100%. That's how they do it. And now when they own the gold, they push the price up 100% in.
The rest is owned by the United States and international organizations such as the IMF. The Federal Reserve Bank
the
does
International World Bank, so-called. Of course, it's fucking fake. 100% garbage. They're talking out their mouth. No doubt, man.
not own the gold but serves as guardian of the precious metal, which it stores at no charge to the owners, but charging a $1.75 fee per bar to move the gold.
You hear that? They don't charge them to store the gold, but they only charge them when they're gonna move it. And you hear what they charge them? It's ridiculous.
Stores at no charge to the owners, but charging a $1.75 fee per bar to move the gold. Moving the bars requires special footwear for the staff to protect their feet in case they drop one of the gold bars weighing 28 pounds.
So that's the only thing you worry about, footwear, because the gold might fell on their foot. Oh, what? Steel toes. What else?
The vault is opening to tourists. Equals terrorism attempt equals on October 17th, 2012. Qazi Mohammed Rizanullah Nafis, 21, was arrested
21 for your number 3, and of course it's fakery. It's not real. 100% fakery right here.
while attempting to detonate what he believed to be an 800-pound bomb.
Wow.
A joint FBI-NYPD operation flagged the suspect on the internet and set up the sting with fake explosives.
Wow, from back in the days, they flag him on the internet and set him up with fake explosive. Of course, this whole thing is fake. That's what you need to know. All of those so-called FBI cracking down shit and actually stop it before it happened, of course, it's fake. But terrorists call them to get bomb and they fake him with a bomb, with a fake bomb. Of course, it's fake. The whole thing is fake.
In 2013, Nafis pleaded guilty and was sentenced to 30 years in federal prison.
30 years, all coded. Of course, it's fake.
Branches. The Federal Reserve Bank of New York Buffalo branch used to be the only branch of the Federal Reserve Bank of New York, but it was closed on October 31st, 2008. History. Equals Benjamin Strong, 1914-1928 equals, the New York Fed opened for business on November 16, 1914, under the leadership of Benjamin Strong Jr., who had previously been president of the Bankers Trust Company. He led the bank until his death in 1928. Strong became the executive officer. As the leader of the Federal Reserve Euro unregistered trademark S largest and most powerful district bank, Strong became a dominant force in U.S. monetary and banking affairs. One biographer has termed him the de facto leader of the entire Federal Reserve System. This was not only because of Strong's abilities, but also because the central board's powers were ambiguous and for the most part limited to supervisory and regulatory functions under the 1913 Federal Reserve Act because many Americans were antagonistic to centralized control. When the United States entered World War I, Strong was a major force behind the campaigns to fund the war effort via bonds owned primarily by U.S. citizens. This enabled the United States to avoid many of the post-war financial problems of the European belligerents. Strong gradually recognized the importance of open market operation, or purchases and sales of government securities, as a means of managing the quantity of money in the U.S. economy and thus affecting interest rates. This was particularly important at the time because gold had flooded into the United States during and after World War I. Thus, its gold-backed currency was well protected, but prices had been pushed up substantially by the currency expansion.
Exactly, that's the same thing I've been trying to tell you people. This is how they do it. They're getting all the gold, buy it for cheap price, and then when they get a hold of it, then they skyrocket it because they control the price. That's what you need to know. With the so-called Wall Street, with shit going up and down, of course they control it like a damn switch. That's what you need to know. That's how they do it. This is how the people that's smarter than you be able to conquer you. That's how they do it with the damn gold, and people still gonna run it down and buy it for the price that they say it is. Of course, if they would have tell you that copper worth that much money, of course that's how it would have been. Anything they tell you, it could be anything. If it was lead that cost that much money, and you gotta understand, if they tell you that's what it costs, that's just what it costs. If they tell you that gold is higher than silver, that's just what it is. If they tell you copper is higher than gold, what you gonna do? Say no? Of course, they make the price. And that's just how it is. And this building right here, this Federal Reserve building, of course, that's all they're doing there. Set it up to rip the people off, no doubt about it, and enslave you.
Due to the gold standard imposed expansion of currency. In 1922, Strong unofficially scrapped the gold standard and instead began aggressively pursuing open market operations as a means of stabilizing domestic prices and thus internal economic stability.
Yes, all PSYOP they run with the gold and also the diamonds. That's what you need to know. That's what they do. They run PSYOPs on the masses with the flow going up and down. If you know this gold, that's how they do it. And the people, they come back and buy out all the gold. Everywhere you look at street sign, oh, we buy gold here, all the pawn shop buying up all the gold, and then all of a sudden, as soon as they buy it up, gold gone up. That's how they do it, 100%. That's how they do it. The paper money don't value shit, it's just monopoly. That's what you need to know, and they control the fucking gold. Yes, the precious metal, they control the price on it also. Yes, that's how they control this earth, no doubt about it. And yes, I put you up on this building right here. Don't doubt me when I tell you. It's a Freemason shit. And it tell you right there they control all the financial movements in the banking system and everything in America and worldwide. That's what you need to know. Mag, I'm still